Hello, welcome to this video, Tomb Raider 2 Glitchless tutorial. Today is gonna be about the deck. Really technical levels, so we're gonna get into it quickly. There are a couple of road differences between the hard and the easy road, so I'm gonna explain them. And the first one is right at the start of the level. So if you're going for the hard roads, what you're gonna do is you're gonna do this. I'm gonna show you quickly, and I will explain everything later. So you do this jump, you kill that guy, and you keep going. So that's what you want to do with a hard road, and I'm gonna explain. And if you do the easy route, what I suggest you is to keep your gun here and kill that guy. And kill that guy too, without getting torched, would be better. But that's what you have to do. You have to kill those two guys for easy road to make your life easier. And you're gonna get the med of this guy because you want meds when you're doing the easy route. So, and then you go here, you do the same jump, and you keep going. So this is the first big difference in this level. There's gonna be a couple more. But anyway, what you do is you make this jump and you keep going. So those are the differences. And yeah, that's basically it. So let's explain to all that. So I'm gonna kill those guys for demonstrations, whatever road you take. So if you do a hard road, you're gonna have to do everything I'm gonna say quickly, because if you don't, the fog will come to annoy you, and also the flamethrower can torch you. So, for example, if you miss the jump first try, let's say you do something like this and it doesn't work, take your guns, shoot the guys, and try again. There is no way back. You don't have time to set it up a second time. Or if you're not sure, for example, if you do here and you're not sure about your jump, or if you're not sure about yourself, you just step back, save, and try the jump. And because the hardest part of this trick is the angle, is when to turn right at the right. You have to turn right at the right time, and some people are not comfortable with that. So if you're not comfortable with only the curving, and you know about the position and the angle, you just save and you do your things, and you try again until you get it. Sorry, press the button. So how to make this jump? It's tricky jump, but it's actually not too hard once you know what to do. So you just come from here. What you're gonna do is you're gonna do a jump twist to be in front of this slope. You're gonna go against the slope and sidestep, and you take a step back, and you're gonna turn until you get the right angle. What's the right angle? To make it easy, it's this one. When you press the camera button, Lara's head has to be almost lined up with that kind of pillar. Like here, you have a pillar here. Lara's head had to be slightly more to the right of a pillar, but really slightly. Like, if you are like this, it's too much. Well, it can still work probably, but the curve is going to be harder. You really want to be like this. Almost line up, but slightly more to the right. Because if you're too much to the right like this, and you do a jump, it can still work because I know how to curve it, but the curve timing is way harder. And if you're going too much to the left, you won't be able to grab. That's for sure. And how to know you are too much to the left? Like, let's say you do this, and you step back. If the camera doesn't turn, you are still okay. It can work like this. But if you can know that the angle is bad if you see the camera turning. I'm going to show you quickly. So let's say take a bad angle. So let's say here, for example, it's too much. So if you step back, you will have a camera turning like this. If a camera turns like this, you can make it, but it's really hard to make the jump, and it's way harder and close to impossible. So if you realize that if you see the camera turning, let's see, if you see the camera turning like this, it means you failed the setup, kinda. So as you can see, you can still make it with practice, but this will be way harder for you. The easiest way is only this one. So again, I'm using 4:3 aspect ratio and 640 480 resolution. So this is my setup for the lineup. If you use 16:9, you might have to get like this or like this. I have no idea, but I'm only giving it to you for the 4:3 resolution. So for 4:3 resolution, you need to be like this. And once you're like this, what you do is you step back. I'm gonna save to show you exactly when to jump. Up. Second. And you want to start curving here. You want to start curving right at this moment. So this is not frame perfect, far from it. But you want to jump basically when Lara is about to jump, like this. And if you turn at the right time, you will get it. So you can look at my inputs, like this, up, and you grab, and you're good. So you jump, look at my inputs, you jump, you curve right when you start jumping, like this. And I grab console, as you can see, but when you start, I recommend not doing a grab console, because when you start, you might get this position, for example. Well, I can't get it for now, but if you're too much to the right, for example, I'm gonna try like this. For example, I tried to grab console here, and I fall. Why did I fall? I fell. Yeah, sorry. Why did I fall? I fell because if you are too much to the right of a block when you try to grab console, what's going to happen is you won't be able to grab console at all. It's not a mistake I did. It's just the way the game is. You can't grab console if you are too much to the right of a block with a higher block right next to it. So that's why. So when you start, you just grab, and if you get it, you don't grab console unless you're sure you are enough to the left. So I'm gonna show you quickly how far to the left you have to be. For example, here it's too much. So I'm gonna grab again and show you roughly. So for example, here it's good. Here it's good. And after that, I recommend you, when you start, to not grab console. You can do it here because you were already on the left of it when you shimmied. But because you grab before, because you were mid-air before, Lara can be slightly grabbing inside the tile on the right here. So because she does that, she can't do the grab console. So that's pretty much it for that jump. So one last time. Side step back once, turn, look here. So this is maybe a bit too much to the right, but it should work. Step back, running jump, and curve right at the right time. So here I won't grab console. And yeah, so with my timing, if you are too much to the right for the lineup, like I just did, if you're too much to the right, like maybe like this, you will notice that if you use my curve timing, you will get to the right of a tile. So if you get to the right of a tile, you won't be able to flare console, to grab console. So that's the only thing I can tell you more. And just practice that jump. You realize with the way I just showed you, it will be really okay to do. Even for people starting, you will only need a couple of tries to make it. Oops, so here what happens if you don't grab. And so you have to do all of this in the hard roads. You have to do all of this before the the guys come. Also, you might be afraid, but if you do it quick enough over hard roads, this flamethrower guy, even if you need to wait for this animation, if you can't grab console, you will still have time to climb up, get out your guns, and shoot him. So don't worry about that. So anyway, let's keep going. So then you are going there. You have a sequence for this. I'm just going to show you quickly. So there is a hard sequence, which is like 2.2 seconds faster, but I don't really care. So I'm just going to show you the easy one. So the easy one, so you might think that going like straight to the block where you have to go is faster, doing something like that. It can be as fast as the one I used, but as you can see, I was really on the right of the block doing that. And if you are not careful or whatever, you will be too much further here, and you won't be able to pull the block directly. So just be careful about that. What I do is I just go a bit to the left here like this, and I do another jump here, and I can do a third jump and be sure to be able to pull the block. So that's what I do. That's basically it. So I jump on the side here, come back here, do another jump, and I'm good. But whatever you use, it's fine. Whatever suits you, as long as you can get to a position to push that block efficiently, it's totally fine. You have two choices between those two blocks. There is one slightly faster, one slightly slower. I'm going to show you the slightly slower. The slightly slower is just you want to push the block here and not pull it. So you want to push the block, step back, standing jump forward, and when Lara is close to the edge, you just press walk, and she will instantly stop right at the corner. You are aim at the left corner of the block. Then you turn here, and you do a standing jump grabbing, and you can get here. Super easy. This is super easy, so this is the easiest one, and it's pretty fast, so it's pretty cool. Just push the block, and go here, step, press walk here, turn. So if you have guns out, you turn faster, so this is why I turned guns out, but if you're not confident with that, just turn manually without gun like this, and do a stand jump and grab. And the other sequence saves half second, maybe more, is to go here, pull the block, and do something like this. If I can do it. Yeah, like this. Except you put the guns out earlier because you want to be able to grab. So this is how you do it. So you step back here, take out your guns and press back and right. Enough time. Do a jump twist here and curve here. And if you are not on the right, that will happen. So that's why it's way harder than the first one. So this is like this. And you can do it like this. So I'm gonna explain it quickly because it's only for kinda advanced run. So I'm gonna save here. So you pull out the gun. So you pull out the gun, you step, you do a twist here, turn, and grab here. So there is something you need to know. For if you don't press walk, I'm gonna explain to you why after. It's way harder to do it because you need the very good angle going to the block to make it like this, or you need to lose a bit of time, because if you want to be efficient, you want to do something like, oops, not something like this, but your jump need to look like this. You just standing jump, oh my god, you standing jump and you immediately jump again, curving, and you're good. But if you when you land, if you press forward and right, when you land, you will see that she will turn like this. So when you start, you might you can turn like this if you press forward and right when you land. So that's really important. What I personally do is I use I don't know actually why I mentioned the walk button because it's not necessary here. I just do it because I'm used to it. If you press the walk button, it do the same thing. Why do I press the hold button? Because for example, if you jump here, you need to wait to land before pressing forward and right so Lara turn. So for example, if you want to go right directly, I need to wait until she lands and then turn. But if I press walk, I don't need to wait for her to land like this. I can do it straight midair and she will directly do it. So it's way faster if you press walk if you want to go forward, for example. So I don't. It seems really minor, but it's really important at some point of a run for advanced run. I'm just mentioning now. But whatever, if you just pull the block, press gun, back, and right, and you stop basically when Lara is starting the animation, because if you do it too much, you will have this angle and you won't reach the block. So you need to be like this. And when you do a jump twist, press forward and right so Lara turns, and while she is turning, you jump and you make it. So this is basically it. And you're gonna keep going because we have a lot to talk about, so this is only half second faster, it doesn't matter. And then you just turn here, back step, back flip, land here, and do a jump here to grab. So this is pretty easy, so I'm not gonna go for it. Just want to mention something before doing it. So here, for example, I press walk here, so I land here, because what happens is, like I said, if you keep pressing forward and right before you land, you will keep going forward. And here it can mess you up a bit because it will be a bit harder to make you jump. But it's not really important as long as you can make it. Or if you're not confident about doing that, you can just jump here, press nothing, wait she land, turn and do the jump. It saves half seconds only. Also, just something you need to know is that we're gonna have a big drop coming to the later in the level, and this drop is eating you almost all your health. So you have to have a med here. You will get one right before it, so don't worry. So even if you have no meds entering the deck, you will make it. But it drains so much health that one shot from a shotgun guy will make you have to use a med before doing the drop. So that means if you are shot by a shotgun guy, you will use one extra med no matter what happens. So one shot equal one med. I've done some testing, and if you can survive if you have been hit by one club guy, and if you have been hit once, that's it. You can't be hit twice. And if you are hit once, you can get a slight fall damage. I'm gonna show you later in the level. And if you have more than that, I recommend you play super safe and go where the drop is, save before it and test if you're not sure. But this is basically how it works. If you get shot once, it's a med. If you get hit once, it's not a med. If you get hit once and get the fall damage I'm going to show you, it's not a med. If you get hit twice, it's a med. And if you get hit once and get bigger fall damage than I showed you, it's probably going to be a med. So this is something I said now because there is a shotgun guy spawning here. So if you're not fast enough, and if you just go here, do something, you stumble here, whatever, you need to go here, etc., there is a chance that this guy will target you and shoot you. So I'm just saying that so you are aware of that, like this, for example. So all of this was for the hard road. For the easy road, there is something you have to add. So if you are confident enough, you can skip the pickup I'm gonna show you, but when you start, it's really important you to pick it up because you will have a lot of ammo in the end, you'll have something like 70, but because I overcounted the M16 shot in the sheet on purpose to be sure you make it, people that are used to using M16 can skip that M16 pickup if they know how to shoot with M16, like if they don't overshoot a lot. So this is really, when you start, I really advise you to take it. If you're a bit more advanced between the easy and the hard road, I recommend you to skip it. So the pickup is this one. It's here. So this is pretty simple to get. So you just turn here, do two running jumps, and you get it. Or whatever. I did it wrong, so that's why it didn't work here. So you turn here, don't need the guns, that's why. Do two running jump, roll here. Delay a bit your grab. Just wait here and grab when Lara hits the ground. And go here again, do a back twist and do the same thing. Something you need to know is you might be more likely to get shot here, but it should still be minimal if you are fast enough. Because as you can see, so there's guys spawning, but it doesn't matter. But the shotgun guy is busy doing his stuff, so it doesn't matter. So here you have two choices. You can turn back and kill that guy directly, because you will need to kill him, or you can do the trick I'm gonna show you before, and then kill the guy when you be on the roof. So this is your choice. When you start, I recommend turning and killing him, and then go do your business. Well, actually, you don't even need to. You can just keep going there to save some time. Turn here and shoot him from here, like I just showed you. You might need to shoot 2 more times for him, but it should be fine. So you just go here roughly. You wait for him to climb up. And you can do the trick then. Or you can do the trick before or after, it doesn't matter. Whatever you do, the trick is not that simple actually. It looks really simple and trivial, but it's not that simple. So that's what the trick looks like, or should looks like. That's what it is. So this looks simple, but this is the way I did it is actually way harder than it looks. If you try to YOLO it, it's really, really hard. Not really too hard, but it's super easy to fail, basically. So I got a sequence and some visual that's helped me getting it every time. But that's because I'm advanced. So what I do is, when I climb here, I just aim at this corner here. I'm explaining to you the YOLO way. Then I'm going to show you some setups. So after climbing, I just aim at this corner here. Add an... Oops. Well, generally I can make it so I delay slightly my jump. I do another running jump here around that pillar. And I count 4 step or 3 step depending of how I curve. So again, up like this. Run around corner, 1, 2, 3, 4. And make it. So that's the way you do. If you want to kind of YOLO it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops, might not work. Yes, it works. So here it's the same thing. I can't grab console because I was too much to the right against the corner. If I had grab console here, it wouldn't have worked. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Here I'm too much left, for example. Yeah. So you basically what you need to do is you need to jump at the very left of that slope, at the right height of the slope. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Climb here and make it. And of course you curve left while you are twisting midair because you want to, because obviously where you want to go is on the left of the slope. Didn't mention it, but it should be logical for you. So this is the YOLO way. I'm not going to enter it's more about it because this is really advanced. I'm just going to show you 2 setups. One which is okay. And one which is completely 100%. So So this one is the first setup, which is the least consistent, but it's really easy actually. So you do the same thing, except you run against that wall like this. So the visual point is this kind of window or whatever it is, and you want Lara to be slightly on the right of it. And depending of where you land, for example, if you land here, you will need 3 steps before jumping. If you arrive here, you will need 3.5, and if you arrive here against the wall, you need 4 steps before jumping. So that's the way it is. So here, for example, I'll need 1, 2, 3, do the jump, and you make it. So this is how it works, and this is fairly easy. So you just go here, turn, 1, 2, 3, and you make it. So here I was maybe a bit too much to the right, so it didn't work, but yeah. So 1, 2, 3.5. Well, 3. Well, yeah, it didn't work here. I knew it. Sorry. So here I'm a bit more right of a middle, so it's 1, 2, 3.5. Curve and make it. So this is kind of exactly the same. This looks like the sequence I do YOLOing, except it's way easier. You will realize it. So here it's 1, 2, 3.5, jump, curve, and you should make it. So here it didn't work because when I jumped, I was here, and I should be more left of the slope. So this is really important. When you go to the slope, you aim at the left of it. Well, at the right from Lara and at the left of the slope. So at the right from this camera view. Like this. So let's redo it, because it looks like it doesn't work because I'm not focused, but let's do it. So here, up, 1, 2, 3.5, up, and you get it. I recommend doing generally 3.5, because generally 3.5 works every time, except in some cases, like if you're really extremely to the right or extremely to the left, you might need to do 3 or 4, but generally 3.5 works. 1, 2, 3.5. You get a kind of boost when you land, and you know it's gonna work or not. If you get the boost or not on the slope, you will realize it eventually. So here, up. So here it's not gonna work because I was on the left of the slope, for example. 1, 2, 3.5. Completely against the left of the slope, and you grab. So this is how it works. So this is the first kinda easy way, and this is pretty efficient. So of course it doesn't work too much for me because I didn't practice it at all. I just found out some days ago, and because I do YOLO, I don't even practice it, but it should work for you. I realized it because when I practiced it for like 10 minutes, I couldn't miss it anymore. So here it's 3.5, you get the boost and you get it. And the last way, which is 100% consistent, is just you go here, oops, well, you try to land here, jump here, go on the left, climb, wait a bit when you slide, and do the jump. Well, actually wait a bit later, my bad. So up, climb here, slide down, jump to the left, and it will work. So this is the easiest one. This one this one is the method you use if you can't jump on the slope by yourself. You just go here, wait until she climbs, slide down a bit, like when Lara reach mid slope basically, and curve left, and it would work. That's basically what it is. Also, one thing interesting is when you are here, when you try to do, for example, a setup, don't hesitate to go too much to the right when you go to the slope. Why? Because if you aim too much to the right like this, for example, if you miss it, you just unlike You don't want to redo all the things I show you. One, two, three. Sorry. You will realize that you will be close to just stepping back and being able to do the setup, which is 100% consistent. So if you miss it that way, you can just back up with that sequence. So this is pretty efficient. So you can just try it like this. Aim to the right to be sure to hit the right of the slope, and if you miss the right of the slope, like this, you just go back here and do the backup. So this strat can be a kind of backup. Anyway, so this was the first part, and now we're going to move forward. So you climb here. If you haven't killed the guy, get out your guns, shoot him from here. He should come around here, go a bit left, and you should have time to kill him. And then draw your M16 and be prepared for this sequence. So you go a bit to the left, because if you go straight forward, you can add another running jump. If you go straight forward, that will happen, and you can't make the next jump. So you just go a bit left here, come back, and you're good. Draw a flare, get a flare cancel here, and when you land, draw your M16, walk a bit, and shoot that guy. So here I got hit because I wasn't careful, but yeah. Draw your guns, walk a bit, and kill that guy. So this is important. So as you can see, he can hit you if you miss it a bit, but he shouldn't hit you more than once, so it should be fine anyway. And if he, for example, if you do something like this, and you miss whatever, you can just go to a corner, shoot him, and keep going. That's what happens if you don't kill him after certain times. So for example, if you do like this, you miss him or something, you just keep going, roll here or whatever you want, you finish him, and you keep going. So you want to be on the right here and start shooting him. So that's pretty easy. Just walk and shoot, and it should be fine. Walk as soon as you can and just shoot, and you will get him. So here I think my save is a bit bad, but you should have it should be more lenient on that. I think my save is bad because my flare cancel was really late actually, and because I trigger the guy, I can't I can't go back, so whatever. But if you just draw your weapon here, walk here, and shoot him, you should be able to make it without getting hit. And then you keep going. Pull that block. If you delay a bit your jump, you can have a full jump before pushing that block, but it doesn't matter too much. Save maybe 0.4 or something. Pull that block 2 times, so this is not something should be really bad for you. And you'd go around that block, add a running jump if you can here, pull that lever, step back like this, pressing guns back and left, and then try to do that sequence, keep running, jumping obviously, and you want to jump about from here. There is this spot on the ground here, there is one spot here. That's where you want to jump from if you want to make the next jump. Oops, well, whatever. So you do running jumps and you keep going. And when you reach that thing, you running jump here and you will land here. Do a standing jump, or just, if you want to, you can just keep running. Doesn't matter, and grab here. It's exactly the same. But whatever you do, you will get to the next place. And because my game is lagging, I might cut here. Yeah, I'm gonna cut here. Alright, hope it will work now. So, the next sequence is going to be kinda important, because if you fail it, you might lose some health and it won't be good. So I'm gonna show you the sequence I do. What I do is I do a standing jump here, curve bit to the right, do a running jump, so I land here. I land on this tile here, because if you land further, you will get a stumble. I'm gonna show you. That's the reason I curve, because if you don't curve, it's way harder to reach that tile, and if you don't reach the tile, you will stumble like this. It's not a big deal if you start, so don't worry. But also, you can't get a running jump like this, so that's why I do a standing jump at the start too. So I curve a bit right here, try to get it, and if I don't get it, it's fine. I take the stumble and I keep going. But if you can land on this tile, for example, it's really good because you can keep going like this, add a running jump if you want, and if you can, and keep going. So this is pretty okay. Standing jump, go here, add a running jump here, and keep going. I did a red grab here because I knew I couldn't roll here without stepping back like this, so it wasn't good. But it will come with time. Your anticipation recoveries will come back, will come little by little. Anyway, you want to go here. That's the most important. You don't specifically need running jump and stuff to do that part. You just want to be safe and just have a sequence that work for you. So I personally do standing jump, running jump here, add a running jump, and then I roll on this ledge. It's pretty fun. You can probably add a running jump somewhere here, but it will be risky because if you fail it, you will probably get here and lose some health, for example. So I personally don't want to do that. So keep going. So there is going to be a slight fall damage from here. So I go down here and go here, and as you can see, I lose some health. That's a health I mentioned to you earlier. So if you get one hit and get that damage, that will be fine. If you get any other damage that costs you more than what it cost me, so I'm going to show you this one. This won't be good. So that's basically it. So here it was pretty bad, but whatever. Up. So that's what I do. Don't roll here, because if you roll, there is a chance you get a bigger damage going down because you won't touch certain parts. You will basically not touch this part. There's a chance you don't touch this part, I think, and you don't want that. So you just run forward, take the damage here. You want to turn while you get a stumble, so you don't do a stumble doing nothing. Roll and press grab, like a fake grab, because you don't want to grab here. And you will be able to keep turning. I'm going to show you the whole thing. So you land here, you get stumble, you turn, roll and press grab, and turn like this, when you land, and you will be able to keep going like this, get down this slope here, and instantly jump. So this is pretty simple. There is a lot of things, but this is pretty simple. Okay, let's just do this. This was slow, but whatever. So this is how it works. You turn here, jump, grab here. You need to grab early, because if you grab late, you will get a full stumble and it won't be good. You turn while you land, and then you realize that you will keep going forward like this. You roll here, get this slope jump, and whatever. So that's basically it for this sequence. And there is a way safer one, and it's way slower in my opinion. I'm gonna show you just one last time the whole thing. Turn here, grab, turn, up, grab again, and keep going. So this is the quickest one we have for now, which is actually safe. There is some faster, but they are way too dangerous, so that's it. So the other one is to just go here to the left, roll, grab, roll, grab, roll, and keep going here and here. So this is way slower, but this one is good if you want to be sure you don't take any damage. So if you don't want to take any damage, do this one, and if you don't care, just do the other one. So here, you can even do it one more time to be sure. You take slight fall damage and you keep going, whatever. Whatever you do, you keep going. And this is the place you are going to do the drop. So you do your sequence wherever you want it. So as you can see, I just try to be here and try to get a jump here to land, to turn and land on the pickup, but it doesn't really matter. It really doesn't matter. And you gotta pick up this, and you're gonna do the drop. So you grab here. It's important to grab. You fall, you roll, and you grab the key. And as you can see, I don't have a lot of health. So this is why they give you a med pack here. So you wanna take it. Take the med pack, step back here, do a running jump to this place, and keep going. You wanna, oops, sorry. So you want to climb here. You want to climb here on the, so as you can see, this is, the game is divided by block, and I'm slightly on the left of the first block after the water. So why do I climb here? This won't be any important for beginners. This is just slight detail for people wanting to do advanced things. So the reason I climb here is if I do a running jump here, I will be able to keep doing another running jump. This is the only reason. And so this is kind of the fastest way. For other, you don't really care. You just go here and climb wherever you want and do running jumps. It doesn't matter for you. You can climb here and just delay a bit and do running jumps. So the next part's gonna require a late grab, which will be pretty simple. So if you do what I just did, if you're too close, it doesn't matter. It's the same as the running jump, just count 1, 2, 3 step from here, and you do a kind of late grab, and you do immediately standing jump, and you will keep going. Because the problem is, if you don't do anything, you will get a stumble here. So you don't want that, so that's why you do a late grab. So you do a late grab, standing jump, and you keep going. So I'm just gonna show you. So if you do a running jump, it's exactly the same thing. 1, 2, 3. Oops, late grab, standing jump, and you keep going. You're gonna pull out your M16 because there's gonna be a shotgun guy to shoot and kill here. Nothing special. You do here, you go here, and you climb here if you want to do the fast strats. If you don't care about the fast strat, you can climb from here. You can climb like this, for example. It won't matter for you. So there are a couple of ways to do the next parts. So the easiest one is to just keep climbing here. Just go here. You can do it like this with a twist, it's faster. But if you're not confident, you can just run around there and climb here. Do a side flip. Go a bit to the right, because if you try to jump, that will happen if you don't have a right angle. So you just, if you do the slow way, you just turn manually here and do a standing jump. You can, if you're not confident, doing this jump here, which is easy, but if you're not confident with all that part, you can just climb manually here and even climb manually here. So this is the slowest way possible. Just climb everything you can climb. So one last time, up. This is the slowest way would be. And this is slower by like, I don't know. I don't know how to estimate that, but it's maybe 10 seconds even compared to the fastest strat. So it's slower, but you will actually make it if you're, when you start. I maybe recommend even doing that part when you start. Because when you will try to do the fast strats, when you start, you will realize that it will be really hard for you. And because it will be really hard, you will lose more time than you will take you to do the slow strat. So really. So the fastest strat now. So you just roll here, take out your guns, turn a little like this. It's not too precise. You can be like this, you can be like this. It doesn't really matter. And you do a stunning jump, and you prepare to curve left to arrive at the wall here, so you can climb. So you don't want to turn too much left, because if you are here, you won't be able to do the side flip when you will land on top. So you really want to be here. You can be here, it doesn't matter, but you will lose a bit of time in the next side flip. You will see why. But here is the best place. Actually, almost here. Here is the best place. You want to climb here. Why? Because you just want to side flip, immediately stunning jump to the right, and keep going here. Jump here, and jump here, and make it. So as you can see, this is way faster. But this is also way harder. So you roll, turn here. You just do a stunning jump, turn left if you turn left to make the jump first, and also turn left to anticipate the fact you're gonna have to go to the left. So this is important. Up, turn here. You kinda want to start curving when you start jumping, like the oops, camera please. Like the first jump in this level, except you don't want to keep pressing left. You just turn left slightly, and when you will make it, you will start turning left again. You climb, you do a side flip. If you're too much right or you're not confident, what you can do is you can side flip and press jump and press while you start this 1 2 3. When you start the side flip, you can hold right, forward, and walk and jump. So this is a lot. So you side flip, and while you're in midair, you start pressing walk, forward, right, and jump. Like this. Oops. No, actually. Oh, my bad. My bad. No. Up. Let's redo all this, actually. Oops. So you don't want to press walk too early. Walk and jump at the same time. You want a side flip. So, for example, if I'm too much right here, I side flip. When I will land, I will press all walk plus forward plus right. And when she will turn like this, as you can see, she's turning a bit, like the walk thing I told you before. Once she turned a bit, you will be sure to make the next jump. So then only you press jump and you stop pressing walk. Because obviously if you press walk and jump, you will get a dive. And it can't work with a dive. So, I'm so sorry, it was a bit messy, but I'm gonna show you again. So you do the jump, you can stumble here if you don't curve enough, but it doesn't matter. Still faster than climbing. You climb here, side flip, walk and forward and right, and do a jump, and you make it every time. The reason I do the walk thing is if you are too much to the right, I'm not sure I showed you already, but if you're too much to the right like this, you can't jump directly like this. It won't work. That's why you need to we need to turn slightly left. And you can just get the stumble here, turn right and keep going, but it's a bit slower than using walk. If you use walk, as you can see, this is super fast. Use walk, turn, and jump directly. So it didn't work because I was too much right. Because, like, if you're too much right, like here, the jump will never work. But every position that is not completely to the right should work. Like here, it should work, no problem. Up, turn left a bit, jump, and you keep going. So then this one is tricky. The next one is tricky. So what you do is you like this, and you're gonna count 7 steps. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then you're gonna jump. So here I missed it because my curving was bad, but I'm gonna show you again. This is so hard to explain. Okay, so side flip here, up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, up, and you will be able to make it. So the curve, the way you run is really important. because the way you run will decide when you will jump. Because if you, for example, if you run like this, it will be way easier for you to make the jump. But it will be a bit slower by zero 0.4 or 0.5 seconds. Because this is obviously more direct than the one I'm going to show you here, than this one, for example. So it's really upon you, depending on how hard you want to make it. But this is really on you. So I'm going to show you again mine. I'm going to show you. It's really hard to explain the way I run. Just look at it, and with my way of doing it, 7-step always work. So hop, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I can make it. So here, because my sequence wasn't exactly, didn't just start with the same angle I use every time, I get a stumble here, but with practice you will see you will keep running here, no problem. Or you can also simply go here manually, turn here, just do a standing jump and keep going. It's easy. It's slower, but it's easy. So you can just keep going here, stop here, wherever actually works. I mean, here should work, here should work, here should work, whatever. As long as you're not here, it should work. So if you get the right angle like this. So here I will glitch probably, yeah. But if you get the right angle, every position in this square should work almost. Anyway, and then it's pretty easy. You just run around here, undo a jump, and you land here. You don't need to grab. So the last one is pretty easy. So what do I recommend when you start? I recommend the slow way. I recommend doing this when you start if you want to be fast and easy. Just go here, oops, climb here, side flip here, turn here, jump here, stop here a bit, standing jump here, and do this. So this is the, in my opinion at least, this is the easiest one to be fast with. You can get the really slow one easier, obviously, but this would be really slow. But everything, all of this sequence can be mixed together. So if you can't do something, but you can do something else, you can mix them anyway. I just showed you everything that was possible there, and you choose the one you want. Anyway, you keep going, pull out a flare, and there might be a guy coming for you here, so you want to be careful, but it should be okay. Whatever you do, you want to jump at the last time here, late grab, and do a flare cancel. This is really important to late grab and do everything, because if you don't, that will happen. Well, that went okay, but if you jump too early and don't grab or whatever, that will happen. You will lose health and time, because you will have to climb here again, and etc. So this is not the best thing. Also, there can be a shotgun guy already waiting here. That's why I put it 1.5 med to use in this level for the easy road, and 1 large only for the hard road. Because the hard road, you want to be risky, so obviously you expect to make that level with 1 med only. For beginner, 1.5 should be enough. Because if shotgun guy happens, then you will just use a small med to deal with shotgun guy, and that's it. But it's completely fully RNG that there is a shotgun guy here waiting or not. This is really not on you. Also, I'm a bit worried about something. Okay, it's fine. So you need to jump here and late grab to make sure to make it. You can make it without grabbing it, like as you can see, but grabbing is always good, so you kind of want to try to grab to be sure. Anyway, you do a flare cancel and you go here. And you're going to get the key here, open it. So depending on the RNG, shotgun guy can shoot you or not and be close, so it doesn't really matter. And what you want to do is you want to jump before you hit, before you hit those collapsing tile. Why? Because this will be easier on the way back, you will see. So you want to jump, oops, before collapsing tile like this. And you want to not trigger the first collapsing tile. This is what you want to do. Like this. So you want to jump before it, push the button, step back here, and you will just have this sequence, and you will run on the collapsing tile you didn't trigger. Because if you do trigger it, oh my god, bad save. If you do trigger it, for example, you will trigger both collapsing tile, like this. So what you will have to do is you will have to go to the left here, and you will lose a bit of time, and RNG can be closer to you. So this is why you want to avoid it. It's not too much of a deal if you touch it, like this. It will be fine, unless you do really bad. But this is slightly better. Also, this is really important that you notice if you touch the collapsing tile or not. Because, for example, if you touch it and you don't realize it, and you do the fast sequence, that will happen. You won't make it, you will have to grab, and etc. Because you can't make that jump with this sequence. Whatever you do, you push the button, and you keep going, and you're gonna get the ammo which are here. Up. And you will get hit once or twice by the guys, it's normal. Like this. You do a standing jump and you keep going, and you pray that shotgun guys that are here don't shoot you too much. And you go this way, and you're gonna get here, up, and you go here and you climb here. I'm not gonna explain the fast sequence here because I don't think it's worth for you to know it. If you're an advanced player, you should know it already. So, and if you are beginner, it's safe so few times that it doesn't matter. So you just go there, up, pray that they don't shoot you too much, and you keep going. But that's basically the sequence you want. The best sequence is this one. Up. But if you climb any other way, it's fine. Go here, hope you don't get shots. Pull a flare to anticipate the next lag cancel. And just go here. And the next jump is important. And because my game is lagging, I think I'm gonna have to stop again. Okay, should work again. So the next sequence, the next jump is important to know either to YOLO or to do it quick. Why? Because if you stand here, in here, for example, come on, you have to know that, for example, like this, enemies can shoot you through the wall. Don't ask why, doesn't matter, but you have to know that this can happen. So you want to do the next thing efficiently. So the fastest way is to do this one, like this. So I just jump here and do 1, 2, 3, 4, and I get it. That's the way I do with my sequence. 1, 2, 3, 4, up, oops, and it doesn't work every time, but it should. 1, 2, 3, 4, up, and I can make it. So this is all, my whole sequence is always the same, that's why it works. But you don't have to, you can get your own sequence of, for example, 1, 2, 3 or whatever, and make it. This is really in terms of practice. This is just the YOLO way I do 1, 2, 3, 4, and I make it. I'm just showing it really quickly because I don't recommend doing that when you start. What I recommend doing is just go here, you can roll or whatever, and you do a walk, run, jump, and you make it. So you're just stuck against the wall here, walk, run, jump, and you will make it. So that's it. Also, you can, I think you can stand here and grab it. This is really as you want. So just know that all those works. So as you can see, if you do it the slow way, there are chances that you get it. So this is why YOLOing is always better. But if you miss YOLOing, it might be even worse than setting up. So this is really as your choice. This is super easy, so don't worry. You want to climb on the right of a tile. Simple reason is that there is a sequence. So there is easy sequence. You just roll, do a running jump here, roll, and get on the key. But as this is pretty slow, there is faster way. What you do is you turn slightly. Well, this is easier to do in one motion. Give me a second. So you climb, turn, pivot, and you can fit two running jump here and land right on the key. So when do you know when to stop your curve? When you hear, or right before you hear Lara footstep while you turn, like this, and then you immediately start moving forward and curving. So here it won't work because I stopped, but that's what it should work. So you climb, footstep, press forward, and you will do that every time. And this is easier than it looks. But if you can't get it, it's fine. Don't worry, if the other method is just 1 second slower or something, so it's fine. You curve, you don't late grab, because if you late grab, you're gonna go further with the key, obviously. So as you can see, if you stop, you can't make it. It's way harder. So you just climb, turn, jump here, jump here. Don't late grab, wait until you land, and you pick up the key. And then you gotta do the descending. So the descending is really important, because if you miss it, you can die, you can lose a lot of health, you can be torched away by the flamethrower at the swimming pool part. There is a lot of things that can go wrong, so I'm gonna show you the best sequence, and the best sequence is also pretty easy, so that's all I'm gonna show you. Because if you really want to be safe, you can just slide on here, keep going here, get a flare console, whatever here, and keep going. But I'm just gonna show you the most efficient and easiest way of doing it, and that's it. And if you want to find it sequences by your roll which are slower or whatever, go ahead and find your stuff. So how do you do that? You do it a running jump here, curve a bit to the left, because if you don't curve to the left, sometimes you can't make the jump. This can be tight, so to be sure, what I do is I just curve like slightly like this. I do another running jump, and I try to late grab and flare cancel like this. And after I land, I immediately pull another flare, and I count 3 steps before doing another jump. 1, 2, 3. Pull another flare, curve slightly, and you will land on this slope. And you can do another running jump, roll, roll, grab, standing jump, roll, and get the grenade launcher. We're gonna redo it, don't worry. So, running jump, curve a bit, another running jump, grab, flag answer, 1, 2, 3, curve a bit while you're pulling the flare. And because I talked, I didn't listen to my steps, so I failed it, but you should land here, be able to do another running jump, grab, flare cancel, oops, I don't need the other flare actually, but whatever, roll, roll, standing jump and roll. That's the whole sequence. So let's redo that again. Running jump, grab, flag cancel, 1, 2, 3, curve to the right, running jump, grab, flag cancel, running jump, roll, roll, and etc. So this is important. What did I want to say? Yeah, so obviously things can go wrong, but yeah. So running jump, grab. So for example, if you jump too late or whatever, that will happen. So you just take the stumble and you keep going, do the same sequence, and it will work, don't worry. So as you can see, those are costly in terms of health, especially the first ones are okay, as you can see. So this is pretty much low health last year, but the next one here is the one that will require you half of your health. So that's the reason you take the large med, and that's the reason you need to be almost full health when you start the sequence. If you're not starting full health, you even take a med and do the descending, or what you're gonna do is you're going to, for example, let's say I have not enough health to do the pool drop. So what you can do, well, I totally missed that, but whatever. What you can do is you can keep running here. Oops, that wasn't here, sorry. That was a block much more to the right. So again, 1, 2, 3, up, slide on here, go on this left here, on this tile here. Oh no, it's even more to the right. Sorry about that. So, sorry. So if you want to save health, do the same sequence and go on this tile here, roll. Oh my god, sorry. Oh, I can't make it. It's because I never do it, so it kind of makes sense. So, one last time. So this is the one here. Just roll here, and you will take way less damage, and you can do kinda recover your sequence from the start. So this is a way to save a med if you are not, if you are low on med and you don't want to take one more or whatever. I personally never do it. I just take the med loss and pray. But this is how it works. So one last time, I'm gonna cut it in parts. So one running jump, grab and flare cancel here. From here you can 3-step pulling another flare, 1, 2, 3. Curve before landing to get on the slope. Do another running jump, flare cancel again, another running jump, and then you roll here and keep going. So there is no one here because I killed the guys at the start, and this is very easy road. But if you at this point, if you didn't kill the guys at the start, well, the club guy at the start, he will come to you and maybe annoy you with a pickup, so you have to be careful about that. And he might hit you and lose you some health, so be careful about that. Whatever you pick up, that grenade launcher and the ammo. Also, there is the route I do now. I skip killing the flame guy. I encourage you to not do it, because there are chances that flamethrower will be too close in the end when I get the grenade launcher. So this is pretty RNG, and really don't do it. Just kill flamethrower. It takes 2 or 3 seconds for you and you will be fine. Whatever. You get out your M16 and you just do running jumps, and there's gonna be 2 ways of doing the next part. So do running jumps and never stop, and it will be fine. You will directly land on this block here, and this will be pretty fine. So just do running jumps straight, and this is gonna be good. And when you land, you directly want to do a walk run and kill those 2 guys like this. So this is the first way of doing it. Just do running jumps, land here, walk, run, and shoots. I recommend you anticipating your shots. Like, you don't want to shoot when you start seeing them. For example, like this. For 2 reasons. One, you can miss one guy. And second, the guy can shoot you before you even kill him. So that's why you want to anticipate, and you want to press the fire button as soon as you can. Like this. Well, here it was different because RNG was a bit weird, but let's redo that. So let's say whatever. Up. So you want to shoot, for example, here, and you will get it every time. Sometimes Lara can target the guy in the background before the guy in front of you, and that's not good, and that's 100% rip. So that can happen, that's what you have to know. And if that happens, you can't recover anyway. So if you're not confident, you can have a save before that part. It's totally fine. So the other method, oops, did I save or I hope I didn't. Okay. So the other method is to pull a flare here and get a flare cancel and get out your guns and shoot that guy. So this is way riskier and this is hard. This is really hard. This is way harder than it looks. For what? Why? Because you need to press a lot of buttons, and you also need to get your flag cancel really early. Why? I'm gonna show you why actually. Let me kill those guys before. So yeah, I'm gonna show you why. So let's take here whatever. So if you flag cancel, you will notice that if you flag cancel right before landing, oh my god, this wasn't a flag cancel. Where is the spot? For example, this spot. So you will notice that if you flag cancel just before landing, Lara throw the flare in like 1 second. But you can do it quicker if you anticipating and throw flare before you hit the ground. As you can see, Lara throw the flare immediately. And that's our advantage here. Because if you throw the flare too early, too late like this, it will take longer to draw your guns back again. I'm going to show you in the situation. If I pull the flare right before I land, like this, well, here I didn't work because I didn't walk. Like this. As you can see, this is... Lara took longer to get out her gun, so I almost barely killed that guy before getting after him, so it could have gone wrong. Also, you notice that guy almost shot me. But if you press on the flare button early, like here, Lara immediately draw guns, and she can shoot way earlier, and it makes it way more consistent. What you have to be careful of is to not draw the flare too early, because if you draw it here, for example, you will get stumbled because the flare cancel animation will be over before you land. So you have to be careful about it, and you have to draw the flare early, but not too early. Just for example, here should work, up, and you make it. So this is for advanced strats. Also, you can do it if you curve enough. This is just something I mentioned, but if you curve enough, you can... Oops. Well, you can do that too, but that's not what you want to. If you curve enough before getting there, you can get a running jump instead of a walk run. Like, not like this, but close. This is way harder. I don't recommend that. I really don't. Because I can't even get it. I haven't practiced it at all, but the walk run is way more consistent. Like this. So here I was unlucky, but whatever. So you can do this, but it's really bad. So you either take the stumble or do walk run. Both are fine. And then you are almost done with a level. So we are done actually with a level. And we're gonna be ready to see Tibet. So you just use the key. turn, one run jump, 1, 2, 3, grab, and you get the Seraph, and it's over. And this is the deck. So, thanks a lot for watching. As you can see, this is really technical. There is a lot of stuff to do, so when you will start, don't worry, this level is hard. It's really harder than it looks. And you will get big time differences with other players, but don't worry, just practice it, play your game, and etc. And eventually you will get the hardest things in this level, and you will add them little by little. About med, it's generally fine. Like I said, for the easy route, it should be 1.5 med, and for the hard route, 1 large. So if you take 2 meds, if you take 2 large for the deck for easy route, it should still be fine if you have been good in the early game. So that's it. Thanks a lot for watching, and as usual, if you need any help, ask in the commentary, and see you next time.